My name is Ayan. I'm 20 years old and study computer science. I'm not proud of what I did, but I need to share this story before it's too late. It started one night when I was browsing Reddit. I found a thread called Deep Web Streams You're Not Supposed to See. Most comments were fake or just trolls, but one caught my eye. It simply said, "Check out blackroom.live, but don't stay too long." I was curious. I had heard of illegal streams on the deep web but never seen one. I knew it was dangerous, but my tech skills made me feel safe. I downloaded the Tor browser, used a VPN, and typed in the link. The site was plain. Black background, red text. At the top, it said, "Welcome to the Black Room. Watch what others hide." Below it was a live video stream. No chat, no controls. Just a single grainy camera feed of a dimly lit room. A man was sitting on a chair, blindfolded and tied up. I stared at the screen. Was it real? Or some dark prank? Then, a message popped up. Viewer number 48 connected. Watching from Lahore. My blood turned cold. It knew my city. More text appeared. Leave now or become part of the show. I clicked the browser's close button. It didn't work. I tried Task Manager. Nothing worked. Then the stream changed. The second camera. Now the screen showed my own room. Same chair, same laptop, same open curtains. The feed wasn't a recording. It was live. I waved my hand. It waved on the screen. Someone, somehow, was streaming my room. I unplugged the laptop and threw it to the floor. Still, the camera light was on. The stream continued. I covered the webcam with tape and turned off the Wi-Fi, but the damage was done. I had clicked the link, and they had seen me. That night, I didn't sleep. I kept hearing soft tapping on my windows, even though I lived on the 3rd floor. A package arrives. The next day, someone rang the doorbell. A box was left on my doorstep. No name. No sender. Inside was a black blindfold and a USB drive. No note. I felt sick. I knew this wasn't over. I plugged the USB into an old laptop I didn't use anymore. One file was on it. Soon MP4. I played it. It showed me, sleeping in my bed, from inside my room. The camera angle was high, like someone had been standing above me. I could even see the time on my clock, 3:17 a.m. I started shaking. The final message. That night, I went to stay with my cousin. I didn't tell him everything, just that I was scared. But at 3 a.m., his TV turned on by itself. It showed the same stream from the Blackroom site. But this time, the man tied to the chair had my face. And the words on screen said, "Stream begins in 24 hours. Stay online." We unplugged everything. Left the house. We stayed in a hotel that night, but I couldn't sleep. Now, that was 2 weeks ago. Every day, I get strange emails with no sender. Blank messages. Empty subjects. Sometimes, I hear breathing from my laptop when it's off. Sometimes, I see the red recording light turn on for no reason. I haven't gone back to the deep web since. But I think it followed me out. So if you ever see a link that says, "The Black Room," don't click it. Don't watch the stream. Because once you do, you'll never stop being watched. My name is Daniel, and I love horror games. I play them, review them, and sometimes even test games for indie developers. That's how this nightmare started. It was a rainy Saturday night. I was browsing gaming forums when I found a strange post titled, "Test a game no one dares to finish." The user had no profile picture, no bio, and the post had only one sentence. "This game is not on the surface web. You must go deeper." A download link led to a Tor site. I knew about the deep web, but I had never used it. Still, I was curious. Maybe it was just an experimental horror game. I downloaded Tor and followed the link. The game. The site was plain, just a black screen with red text. Download, blindhouse.exe. There were no trailers, no images, no comments. I downloaded it anyway and ran the file. The game opened in full screen with no menu. Just a dark room and soft, creepy music. The graphics were simple, almost unfinished. My character woke up in a locked house, and the only instruction was, "Don't make a sound." I moved around slowly. Every time I stepped too fast, I heard breathing in my headphones. Then came footsteps behind me. The game gave no warnings, just fear. After 15 minutes, I found a basement door. The message on screen said, "If you open this, you can't stop." Of course, I opened it. That's when everything changed. The real horror. Suddenly, my screen flashed white, then black. Then, my webcam turned on by itself. I could see my own face in the top corner of the screen. A voice came from the speakers, not from the game, but from somewhere deeper. "You're now inside our game." The room in the game looked exactly like my own room. Same desk, same chair, same posters. My character even had my clothes. I tried to quit, but the game wouldn't close. Even Task Manager froze. Then, a message popped up in the game window. "Look under your bed." I froze. It was probably a trick, right? Just a part of the game. But my curiosity, or maybe fear, made me bend down and peek under the bed. There was a USB drive. I swear to you, I had never seen it before. The USB. I plugged it into my computer. One file. A video named Final Leveled MP4. It started playing immediately. The video showed me sitting at my desk right now. But behind me, something was moving. A tall, dark figure with no face. I turned around in real life. Nothing was there. But the video kept playing. The figure stepped closer and closer to me. In the video, I didn't react. I just kept staring at the screen. Then the screen turned to static. Aftermath. The game finally closed on its own. Everything went back to normal. But I couldn't sleep that night. I kept checking behind me. Listening. 3 days later, I got a message from an unknown number. It said, "Congratulations. You passed the test. The next level begins soon." I threw the USB away. I deleted everything. But it didn't help. Now, every night around 3 a.m., my webcam light turns on by itself. Even when my computer is shut down. Sometimes I see movement in my room through the reflection in my monitor. I don't play horror games anymore. Because I think I'm still playing the last one. My name is Kyle. I'm 21 years old, and this happened 2 years ago when I was bored, home alone, and curious about the darker side of the internet. I had heard of the deep web before. My friends talked about it like it was some secret place full of mystery and danger. I didn't believe most of it, but one night, I decided to see for myself. I downloaded a Tor browser, followed a few guides online, and soon I was inside. The deep web looked like the normal internet at first, just weirder. There were strange chat rooms, anonymous forums, and sketchy-looking marketplaces. I avoided anything illegal and just kept exploring. That's when I found a link named The Red Folder. The name caught my attention. The link was hidden in a forum post where people were sharing creepy websites. One comment said, "Don't open the red folder unless you're ready to see things you can't forget." I hesitated, then clicked it. The screen went black for a few seconds. Then, a single folder appeared in the center. It was red, just like the name. There was no music, no sound. Just a cold, empty screen and that folder. I clicked it. Inside were 6 video files, named cam01.mp4, cam02.mp4, cam03.mp4, cam04.mp4, cam05.mp4, cam06.mp4. I hovered my mouse over cam01.mp4. My hands were shaking a little, but I was too curious to stop now. Cam01.mp4. The video started in what looked like a normal bedroom. A man sat in front of a computer, typing. The room was quiet, lit only by the monitor's glow. After 30 seconds, a loud knock came from his door. He froze. The knock came again, slower. He stood up, walked toward the door, and opened it. There was nothing outside. The screen went black. That was creepy, but not too bad. I clicked cam02.mp4. This one showed a woman sleeping in bed. The footage looked like it was recorded from a hidden camera. At exactly 3 a.m., her closet door slowly creaked open. A tall, shadowy figure stepped out. It stood over her for nearly 5 full minutes, doing nothing, just staring. Then it leaned down, close to her face. The screen went black again. At this point, I felt cold all over. I looked around my room and locked my door. My instincts told me to close the site, but I clicked cam03.mp4 anyway. This video was darker than the others. The quality was bad, but it looked like someone was walking down a hallway with a shaky camera. They stopped in front of a door, opened it slowly, and the camera showed a bound person tied to a chair, blindfolded, and shaking. Suddenly, the person behind the camera whispered, "You're next." The video cut out. I sat back, heart pounding. I didn't want to watch the rest, but a part of me had to know what was in those last videos. I clicked cam04.mp4. This one started with security camera footage of a grocery store at night. The lights were off, but the automatic doors opened. Someone, or something, crawled in. Its body was twisted, arms too long, and its head was jerking around like a broken puppet. The creature moved between aisles, then stared straight at the camera. Its face was blurred, but I swear, it smiled. Cut to black. I couldn't breathe properly anymore. I closed my laptop and walked away, trying to calm myself. But something bothered me. When I was walking past my window, I saw movement outside. A dark figure was standing across the street, just standing, facing my house. I closed the blinds fast. I told myself I was just imagining it, that the videos messed with my head. I didn't sleep well that night. Every sound made me jump. I left my bedroom light on. The next morning, I went back to delete the red folder site from my history. But when I opened the browser, a message popped up instead of the homepage. You watched 4. 2 more to go. I slammed my laptop shut. That night, my phone buzzed. I checked the notification. It was a video file. cam05.mp4. I didn't download it. I didn't click anything. I opened it with shaking hands. The video showed me, sleeping in my room, last night. From the angle, the camera had to be inside my room. I started crying. I called the police. They searched the house. Nothing. But they couldn't explain the video or how it got on my phone. The next day, I received one more file. cam06.mp4. This time, it didn't show a video. Just a message. Now we're watching you live. My phone's camera turned on by itself. Then the screen went black. I threw the phone away. Got a new laptop. Deleted everything. I moved to a new apartment, far away. But sometimes, late at night, I see that same figure from across the street. My name is Sarah. I'm 19 years old, and this is the story of how my curiosity almost got me killed. It all started during the summer break. My college dorm was empty, my friends were out of town, and I was bored out of my mind. I spent most nights watching horror videos or reading creepy stories online. One night, I came across a post in a tech forum. The title was simple: Deep Web Chat Rooms, where you can talk to anyone. I knew the deep web was dangerous. It was full of illegal things, hackers, and worse. But the post talked about an old chat room hidden on a part of the deep web that few people could access. It was called the listening room. The post said that people in this chat room could hear things they shouldn't be able to. Some called it a curse. Others said it was a joke. But the message ended with, "If you enter, don't stay after 3 a.m. It sounded like a story, not real. I was bored and curious. So I downloaded Tor, followed some instructions, and finally found the link. Entering the listening room. The website was dark. Black background. Red text. No images. There was only a box that said, "Enter your username to begin." I typed Sarah_19 and pressed enter. The screen changed. I was now in a chat room. About 20 other users were online. Their names were weird: Void Eater, 13 Eyes, WH1 Spur, No Exit, and more. Messages were flying. "Can you hear it? It's breathing again. Don't look at your window." I typed, "What is this place?" Almost instantly, someone replied, WH1 Spur, "You shouldn't be here." Then another, "No exit. Too late now." Suddenly, a message popped up from a user called admin. "Welcome, Sarah_19. You've been chosen. Put on your headphones." I froze. How did it know my real name? Voices in my ears. I clicked the audio button by mistake, and my headphones turned on. At first, I heard static. Then breathing. Not mine. Heavy, wet, slow breathing. Like something large was sitting right next to me. Then, a soft whisper in a deep voice. "We see you." I threw my headphones off, heart racing. The screen changed again. Everyone in the chat had typed the same message. "Don't turn around." I panicked. My room was silent, but I suddenly felt cold. Like something was right behind me. I wanted to scream, but I couldn't move. I forced myself to grab my phone and turn on the camera. I slowly turned it to the back of my room. Nothing. But when I turned the phone to face myself, I saw something else in the background of the selfie preview. A figure. Black. Tall. No face. Just standing behind me, motionless. I turned around in real life. Nothing was there. I shut my laptop immediately and ran out of my room. The next day, I tried to forget it. I deleted the browser, uninstalled everything, reset my laptop. I even told myself it was just a hallucination. Maybe I was tired or dreaming. But that afternoon, I got a package at my door. No name. No address. Inside was a single item. A pair of black headphones. No note. No brand. Just the same model I was using the night before. I threw them in the trash. 3 a.m. returns. I stayed at a friend's place that night. I didn't tell her everything, just that I had a weird scare online. We stayed up watching Netflix. Around 2:50 a.m., she fell asleep. I couldn't. I looked at her laptop, which was open on the table. My curiosity got the better of me again. I searched for the listening room. Nothing. But then, at exactly 3 a.m., a message appeared on her screen. "You still hear us, Sarah?" The screen turned black. White text appeared. "You left the room. But we never leave you. Plug in your headphones." The trash can in her kitchen suddenly tipped over on its own. Lying on the floor were the same black headphones. I screamed, woke up my friend, and begged her to leave the apartment. We ran outside and stayed in my car until the sun came up. Now, it's been a month. I moved back in with my parents. I changed my number, got a new laptop, knew everything. But sometimes, around 3 a.m., I still hear static in my ears, even when I'm not wearing headphones. And when I close my eyes, I feel something breathing next to me, watching, waiting, listening. My name is Zane, and I made a terrible mistake last year. I used to visit the deep web out of curiosity. I never bought anything illegal. I just liked exploring hidden forums and strange websites. One night, I found a page called Dreambox Deliveries. It claimed to deliver anything, no questions asked. There were creepy options: human teeth, animal bones, even jars of red liquid. I thought it was fake. As a joke, I ordered the cheapest item. Mystery box, $10. Contains something special just for you. I paid using Bitcoin and gave a random name and address I used for junk mail. 3 days later, the box arrived. The box. It was small. No return label. Just a red X drawn across the top. Inside was a single Polaroid photo. It showed me, standing outside my building, taken from a distance. I was holding the same box. I looked around, heart pounding. Someone had taken the photo just minutes ago. I ran back inside and threw the box away. That night, I didn't sleep. The return. The next morning, the box was back at my doorstep. Same red X. Same photo, but now I was sleeping inside my room. I panicked. I taped over my laptop's webcam, unplugged everything, and locked all the doors. I called the police, but they found nothing. That night, I checked my phone camera. The last picture was not taken by me. It was a photo of me, looking terrified, from the ceiling corner of my room. The final message. The next day, another box arrived. Inside was a note. "You ordered a surprise. Now we're inside." I moved out the same day. Changed cities. Got a new phone. Threw away all electronics. But the boxes still come, no matter where I go. Each one has a new photo. Each one is closer than the last. And last night's photo? It wasn't taken from outside. It was taken from under my bed. Never visit the deep web. Some doors, once opened, never close.